What's up guys, Erroneous here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video, I want to go over the brand new Tavern updates and determine whether or not they are actually a positive impact on the game or whether or not there needs to be further buffs or updates, quality of life updates to the Tavern. So let's do this. Alright, so in terms of Tavern updates, there are going to be some more updates coming into the game of Raid, specifically for the Tavern and the different presets that are going to be coming into the Tavern itself. Now, of course, the Tavern is very intricate in the processes that it takes to introduce new quality of life features to the Tavern. It's very hard for them to create updates because the game is so vast, so large already, and it could cause problems with the game functionality if they continue to add more and more updates to the Tavern. That's why it's so tricky, and that's why they don't want to continue to build onto the Tavern, I would assume. But if you're a dev, leave your thoughts and comments down below on that. So in terms of the updates, let's pop open here the updates we've got. So we've got different presets, right? Let me move myself over here. So the presets here are going to be, oh, wait a minute. Who the heck is Matthias Blackflail? Is that a new champion that hasn't come out into the game yet? Matthias Blackflail? I don't think I've heard of that champion. No, I don't think I've heard of this champion before, but that's interesting. That's kind of like a, it's like an Easter egg almost, right? That's kind of interesting. Is there a Matthias Blackflail? Can you search champions like that? I don't know. I don't think there's a Matthias Blackflail in the game. Actually, they should add a search feature. Now that I think about it, they should have a search feature here just for the names if you want to search a specific champion. Because if you don't have those champions, you can't actually search for them. So if you're in your Tavern currently, if I search for Matthias, obviously I don't have them. It's only going to search for the champions that you own, not the champions that you don't own. So I know for a fact I don't have a Matthias Blackflail, and he could be somewhere hiding anywhere in these factions. But of course, I can't actually see what faction he's in based on looking at this specific fitting room filter feature that's going to be coming into the game of Raid. So we're going to move on from that and just take a peek here. So as you can see, the price of the equipping is still going to stay the same, but you can create a preset for specific gear for champions. And I actually want to take a look at something here really quickly. So gear presets, here we go. You can see behind me, we're introducing gear presets, a new addition to the fitting room that will allow you to save various gear combos, move myself over here, and equip them on any champion with just a few taps. In order to access it, simply tap the preset manager button right underneath the fitting room. The artifact and accessory presets will be separated, so just choose the one you'd like to play around with by tapping on their respective icons, and now you're welcome to roam through your gear to find the most suitable pieces. That's pretty cool. You can try different artifacts and or accessories before saving the preset. That's actually a big update to the game for quality of life. I do think this is probably one of the bigger features, updates for quality of life that they're bringing into the game, is the fact that you can't actually, for example, it's hard to explain it without showing it. So for example, right now you can only filter, if I was in fitting room, I can only filter artifacts separately from accessories. So if I wanted to, say if I threw on, try on, obviously I'm not going to try these on. It costs 300,000. I just missed the free regear. I did regear a ton of champions, by the way, but that's not going to be explained in this video. So I tried these all on, and I can't actually try on accessories. I can only try on artifacts. It doesn't like stay here. So based on what I'm reading, it's allowing you to try artifacts or accessories before saving. It says edit it at any time without any limitations. So I'm thinking it means that now if I try to click on accessories, I just can't click it. I can't actually see what the accessories look like on top of the artifacts. For some reason, it doesn't give us that ability to do that. I don't know why. You can hide filters, hide set filters, which is interesting. You know, nobody typically does this, I feel like. but you can hide the set filters if you just want to look at your top pieces of gear. That's what you can do right now. You could also hide fully reworked gear. So any gear that you've fully reworked already, it'll be hidden. But I mean, that's just a small niche use case, right? And that's only if you want to go through gear and rework it, the pieces of gear that you haven't already reworked. But in terms of this here, like, I want to be able to put my artifacts on and accessories on at the same time, and you just can't do it, unfortunately. You have to like back out, go in here, and then you can start working on these pieces and start, if you go to the fitting room, you can equip it. But then I can't equip artifacts. So it should allow you to do both at the same time so you can see the total stats if you're mixing and matching and you don't use Hell Hades Optimizer. So that'll be something maybe they do in the future, but it doesn't seem like they're going to do it right now. So continuing on here, it does say once you're done, you can save the combination as a champion preset, which is available and invisible, or rather visible, to the specific champion you viewed when working with a preset, or as a global preset, which can be available to any champion you own. So, say for example, you're in a test server or you're just testing out champions. This would be a great use case for when you're testing out champion damage or even support champions, how they fare against one another. So say you put on a full savage set on a damage dealer and you're going to go test that damage dealer out. You can now save that preset globally so it can be fitted on any other damage dealer as well. So what you'll do is you can basically go in, swap all the gear onto one champion, and then go back in and just take that gear and swap it onto a new champion. So you want to test their damage. It's actually really, really beneficial. So for example, right now, if I wanted to say, I wanted to take all the gear off my Armands and I want to put it onto her, onto my Lady Mikage. So Armands, I couldn't just, unless I went to equipped, I can't pick a specific champion that has all their equipped gear. That would have been an amazing quality of life feature. However, it seems like they can't create that sort of quality of life feature. So a workaround must be that you can make a preset. So now that Armands can have a preset, I could save his build, his preset build right here. And then when I want to, I could go over to a new champion and say, okay, I want that preset build. It's going to be somewhere in here and it'll kind of look like this. So here's a preset build so you can manage champion preset builds versus global preset builds, which you could do up to 50, and champion preset builds up to 5, which is not bad because I'm wondering how it's going to work. 5 champion presets, which you can swap over to other champions at any time, versus globals. I'm a little bit confused by that, but as I read on, I'll learn a little bit more while you're learning as well. So let's take a look back at the other item I was looking at here. Equipping presets will cost the same amount of silver as if you manually replaced each of the champion's gear pieces. That makes sense? And here's where the next item might become in handy. They're attaching gear preset visuals, which we will look through them all. Free gear removal item also comes into the game. The upcoming update will bring us free gear removal item. It will activate a 100% gear removal discount for 1 hour. I don't know. I mean, 1 hour. I love the fact that they're bringing in a free gear removal item, but how accessible is this free gear removal item? That's the question. Are they going to paywall a free gear removal item? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. The item will be available as a reward in one of the hard difficulty stages in Curse City. It says one of the, it doesn't say multiple, it says one of the hard difficulty stages. So are they going to put it in the hardest portion of the hard difficulty Curse City? Are they going to put it way up here where 99% of the player base cannot even attempt to go to? I've been playing over 4 years. Now, if I really wanted to push and push and push and I save silver, which I'm terrible at saving silver, then yeah, I could probably beat majority of this up here as well. I just need to swap gear around, but I don't have the silver for it ever. And silver is a hot commodity. But are they going to put that free re-gear up here in Soul Cross, which is the hardest content, I'd say maybe in the game? So who knows? Or will they put it down, you know, in Dead Rise, or are they going to put it in Plague Home. Personally, I think they should put it in Plague Home or Dead Rise. I don't think they should put it in Soul Cross. If they do that, then there's no point. There's almost no point to even adding the free gear removal item because you're literally shunning 99% of your player base who cannot even do Soul Cross. And this is only going to be good for the top 5%. Again, that's just me speculating. I don't know for sure if that's going to actually happen. I think it's an awesome thing to bring into the game. And I hope that you can, similarly to your free XP boosts, I hope you can stack them. Like I'm at 10 weeks of XP boosts on my free-to-play account here because I've been playing for so long. Over time, you'll never, ever, ever run out of XP boosts. It's like impossible unless you barely play the game. So will free gear removals stack just like XP boost? I'm going to say yes, but I don't know for sure. I'm pretty sure they're going to stack. And if they do, they'll put it next to the XP and the Forge Pass boosts here. Forge Pass boost is only available if you pay for it though. So going back here, I love it. I love the free gear removal. I hope they don't remove the free gear removal that they do like they just recently did, where they do it for 2 to 4 days at a time, which is 100% free gear removal, which they do it once a month typically, or once every month and a half, only during Curse City rotations. But I hope this doesn't completely replace that because that's not fair. Having it for only 1 hour, if they remove the 2 to 4 days that they give us for free once every month or month and a half, that would be terrible. That would actually be a horrible inclusion of quality of life if they do that. I hope they don't. I'm going to assume that they don't do that. The item will be available as a reward for hard difficulty stages in Curse City districts of Cobble Market, Dead Rise, and Plague Home. Okay, so I didn't even read past it. So that's good news, all right? Again, I'm learning as I go here because I haven't read this yet. These items won't replace any old rewards in Curse City, though adding them involved a redistribution of a few things. Once claimed, a free gear removal item will be sent to your inbox for 99 days, so you can activate it whenever it's more convenient to you. So it does not explain whether or not it stacks. It just says it's good for 99 days, similar to the XP boosts, which I assume it's going to stack. I hope so. So it is going to be in Cobble Market, Dead Rise, Plague Home. So that answers my question, answers everybody's question here of hopefully it's not in Soul Cross, which it's not. So that's big. This might actually be huge for players. And then accessory filters. Hide set filters will become available for accessories. That's big. Okay. Set filters being hidden is huge because some things that you want to do here, like say you want to hide level 16 gear. I hope they add that in. Let's take a peek though, what they're going to allow us to do. This is just managing set filters. So this says rename preset, set as a global preset, move preset, or delete it. Okay, that's fair. And then we've got equip, I assume, right here to the left of me, right there. I don't know what that is. I assume that just means to save or equip. So save preset. Okay, yeah, that just means save preset. So you save the preset, you go to the save preset pop-up, and then it says save as a champion preset or save as a global preset. And then with the accessories, it looks like you do the same thing. You could hide set filters, which it seems like you can already do that though. Hide set filters. Pretty sure you can already do that. If you go to filter, oh, you actually can't hide set filters for accessories right now. Okay, so they're just adding that to accessories. Why can't they just allow you to look at artifacts and accessories at the same time when you're gearing champions? I don't really understand it. Let's go on to the next one here. I think that's the last one actually. Yeah, so that's the last picture here. So hide set. I really feel like they missed the mark a bit on some things for quality of life, but overall, it's still a good update for the tavern in general. I just feel like they should allow us to do a little bit more. I really want to see, say for example, you've got a ton of level 16 gear. I don't want to see just level 16 gear. I want to see level 15 gear when I'm doing artifact enhancement event. Like right now, artifact enhancement events going on. I want a filter that says choose only, like hide set filters, but hide set filters that are level 16 only. Hide sets that are level 14 or lower, and then you can only see level 15 or higher. something that helps us to be able to look at certain pieces of gear that are level 11 or level 15, and you want to level them up to level 12 or 16 because that's where you get the most points in terms of artifacts enhancement. And then I want to be able to hide, for example, I want to look for highest speed builds. So right now, currently we have a ranked rarity and a priority, so we can do this and it'll push the pieces of gear that have the most speed to the front here. But what I want to see, oops, I'm actually not looking at it. So if I'm looking at priorities here, you weren't able to see that for a second, so I apologize. I'm kind of talking into the wind there for a second there. But basically, you've got ranked and you've got priority stats here and primary stats. You can choose to choose a high priority stat, which is speed, which basically just puts all your gear with the highest speed to the top left corner. But I want to look for the best speed gear in general. Say I want to make the highest speed build. Similar to Hell Hades Optimizer, I'm surprised they don't allow that to be added into the game yet. It might be a little bit too difficult for them to do that. Currently, Hell Hades Optimizer only works on PC, so you can't do it on a cell phone. And a lot of players have a cell phone. So I'm not slamming Hell Hades by any means, but I'm just saying, Raid Shadow Legends could create something in their tavern that would also be accessible in terms of, I want the highest damage build or I want the highest speed build from the tavern. I'm sure eventually they'll be able to create something like that. It won't be as great as Hell Hades Optimizers, I don't think, but they could create something similar. They should just do highest attack build, highest speed build, best support build, something like that. Make it as minimalistic as possible. So that way players who don't have access to a PC, who can't use Hell Hades Optimizer, thing like that, can be utilizing just the tavern themselves. Because unfortunately, just being a regular player, a normal player, if I'm going through and I'm trying to build the highest damage build, I'm probably not going to get that build as compared to Hell Hades Optimizer. Hell Hades Optimizer is just that amazing, and you should be utilizing it if you can. This isn't to plug Hell Hades by any means, by the way. This is just to showcase the fact that Raid, Plarium can create something like that. I'm sure they can. They just don't want to at this time, because anytime they add something into the game, it could cause issues with other parts of the game. It could cause clunkiness. It could cause lagging, slowness. Could cause issues with people losing gear, which it has happened in the past where they've added updates to the tavern or added updates to the game. And then people are like, oh, my gear's gone. It's happened to me. I thought all my gear was gone and I had to contact support. And I was like, what happened? And then eventually it was fixed. So that's just my opinion on a couple of updates they can be doing to make the tavern even better in the future. I do think that you should be able to search in the index champions just by name. Again, not sure who that guy is Matthias Blackflail, but I'm interested into figuring out who that is, or if it's going to be a new champion in the game in the future. So anyways, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, and I'll see you on a video soon. Take care.